So last night was a really good night. Good temperatures for sleeping. Good place for sleeping. No one bothered me. It's secluded and quiet. I'm near Dulles Airport, Dulles International Airport. So there was some. Apparently, I'm in a flyway. So there was some traffic there going that way. There was also a period of fairly loud rain that kept me awake for a little bit, but that passed before too long. After that, though, it tapered off to just a nice little patter of rain on the cap, which actually made for super nice. I mean, that just lulled me right to sleep. So everything was great. Had a quick breakfast. I didn't film this morning when I got up just because I was trying to get out of here pretty quickly. But I had a nice little quick breakfast. I've made my coffee, and I'm now on my way. Not getting out as early quite as I wanted, just because I overslept by a little bit, which doesn't happen very often. But it's now just shy of 7 a.m. and I've got about just under an hour drive. So I thought I'd take a few minutes while I'm finishing up the drive to the trailhead just to tell you a little bit about the trail that we're going to be on today. So you and I are going to be hiking together on the Annapolis Rocks / Black Rock Trail, and that's named after the two overlooks that are accessible from the trail. What's really interesting about this, well, a couple things. All right, first of all, it's apparently very highly trafficked, so I'm prepared for that. I'm hoping the weather being a little off will hopefully knock that down just a bit. Also, I'm trying to get there early, so hopefully we won't encounter a whole lot of people. Second, it's cool. It's a cool trail in that if I'm beat after I get to Annapolis Rocks, the first overlook, I can turn around and come back, right? If I'm feeling energetic, if the weather's holding, not raining, temperature's good, which all those things I'm hoping for, I can continue on one more mile out to the Black Rock overlook, which is supposed to be even more spectacular than Annapolis Rocks overlook. So I got those two good things to look forward to. If I do that full out and back, I believe it'll put me around 7 to 8 miles, which is a good hike for me. It's not supposed to be too strenuous. Apparently it's a little strenuous right in the beginning, but then it kind of hits a ridge line or kind of evens out. So that should be, it just sounds like a fantastic trail, which would say why it's so popular. Another really interesting thing about this is the entirety of this trail is along the Appalachian Trail, the Greater Appalachian Trail, which I've never, during this part of my life, I have never hiked on the Appalachian Trail, and I've never shown you guys any of it, so we'll get to see some white blazes hopefully today, and just, that's always cool. If you don't know, I think most people are familiar with that trail that goes from Georgia all the way to Maine, like 2,200 some miles. It's quite a feat to accomplish, and I'll use this time to say congratulatory shout out to Five Horizons, Jeff over at Five Horizons. I do believe he's hiked the entire trail. So if you haven't checked out his channel, go ahead and check him out. One more shout out, Julie, aka Rachel. Look at this. Finally got all my stickers on. Is that not a work of art? Is that not a masterpiece right there? Makes me so happy. It's all my favorite things. Hiking, coffee, camping. She nailed it. She gave me all these decals, sent them to me. So I like that one too. I like them all. So thank you. Finally got them on my mug. They make me very happy every time I see it. All right, we are shortly arriving at the trailhead, and so I'll be quiet. Just try to drive and get us there. So we are approaching right now the trailhead. You can already see some cars here. This was one of my backup plans. I was actually potentially going to camp right here at the trailhead. So it'll be interesting to see how that would have worked. Do not litter. I don't see any signs that say do not park overnight. Trailhead does look fairly busy already, but there's plenty of places to park. So yay for that. Can't tell you how good it feels to be out here hiking in the woods again. It feels like it's been too long. Moving now steadily uphill and away from all the traffic noise. I've encountered a few people coming back down the trail, runners who have apparently already been out. Here we go. Probably never hike the whole thing, but that white blaze is still pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm not even a half mile in yet, but a little soon to judge, but my legs feel strong. Man, sometimes you find yourself exactly where you're supposed to be, you know? Sometimes you find yourself doing something and you just feel like a kid again, and you know you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. That's how I feel right this minute. I just wanted to try to capture that. All right, got a little more climbing ahead of me. So I'll see you probably next at the top. Although, who knows, I might see something interesting on the way. All right. All right, this is the first overlook of the day. Annapolis Rocks. Just approaching. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. So beautiful. So that was overlook number one, and I had it all to myself. Now I did meet a gaggle of about 15 hikers as I was coming back up to the main trail. So I think I left right at the right time. I'm feeling good, feeling strong. Everything looks good. It's not raining. So definitely pushing on to the second overlook, which is Black Rock Overlook. Did not disappoint. I think my 52 hike challenge for 2022 is off to a really good start. All this is out there, you just gotta go find it. All right, time to head around and head back to the truck now. So since this trail took me near a Appalachian Trail shelter, I thought I'd take a quick detour just to show you all what they look like. Of course, they all look a little different, and they're all built different and have different little amenities, but more or less, this is kind of what they look like. In case you ever wondered what people sleep in while they're hiking, long distance hiking or through hiking the Appalachian Trail. Now, not all hikers stay at these. Sometimes they get crowded, or people just don't like to hike around or sleep around a bunch of other folks. But they do get good use, and this one appears to be in real good shape. So let's take a look inside. Somebody put a couple Christmas trees out. And there's maps. There's directions about where the next spots are. And a little sleeping platform. And you can tuck in and be under a roof. There's a little water somebody left. Somebody left a hat. A note from the local club. Some rules. Reminder to leave no trace. Yeah, pretty simple. But does the trick, especially if you encountered some bad weather out on the trail. Or you were hiking late and didn't really want to try to find a place to set up a tent or a tarp. It's pretty cool. So back in the truck, that was a great hike. It was about 7.4 miles. Easy to moderate for most of the way. A couple little spots that were a little more strenuous, but my goodness, if you go a ratio of how difficult it was versus the views, that ratio definitely kind of tilts in the favor of those views. They were amazing. You can see why this trail is so popular. It's very easily accessible, right off a regular road. It's not too strenuous, and the views are outstanding. As for boondocking here, I definitely could have done that without a problem. I don't see any signage saying no signage about not camping here. I think anybody that had a vehicle that could park in a traditional regular parking spot could definitely boondock here. There is a road nearby. I would imagine at night there isn't too much traffic on it, probably because it's not like a highway road. I mean, there is a highway nearby. I guess you might hear some road noise, but there's also a big berm here that kind of where you park. That would probably knock down some of that noise, but I don't think it would be anything out of that, unusual or make it difficult to camp here. Obviously, no facilities, so you need to be fully self-contained. There is a little spot down here I'm going to try to show as I'm pulling out, or maybe pull into a little bit, that looks like it might be able to accommodate something more like a camper, like a RV camper or a larger RV, something that won't fit in a regular spot. But let me turn the camera around so we can take a look at that. So you can see this lot is really full. Going all the way down here. The trailhead is way, way behind us. So this area down here, it's kind of open. It's pretty big. I think you might be able to pull in a camper here, or a big, a larger Class C or Class A, and boondock here, if you needed to. I mean, it's not probably ideal. You're not out secluded anywhere, but it's not bad. All right, it is time for me to point myself home. So it looks like I'll definitely beat this storm. I think the storm isn't supposed to hit until overnight hours tonight, at least where I live, and I'll be home by mid-afternoon today. So I'll be all tucked in and comfy at home, and hopefully, maybe, we'll get some snow. If I get snow at home, I might just have to show y'all, even though it'll just be home and not an adventure. I'll be so excited. We haven't had a good snow in quite a while. I wanted to say, so you probably have noticed I have some links. I'm an Amazon affiliate, so I have links to like stuff I recommend or stuff I use in case anybody wants to take a look at that in the video notes for most of my videos. And I mean, it's usually if somebody happens to click on that and then purchase something, I get a few cents, maybe a buck here or there. It's really not that much. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's free money, essentially. So I'm grateful for it. But it's nothing honestly, I don't pay attention to it that much because it's just a tiny little bit. It's just kind of a nice surprise if it comes through and I actually get anything. So recently though, I noticed like there had been a big jump, and I checked it out because you can kind of dive into the details of things a little bit. Somebody apparently clicked on one of my links and then purchased a very expensive power bank unit, like top-notch, top-of-line power bank. And apparently when someone makes a purchase like that, yeah, it's noticeable. So I don't know who did that. I have no way of knowing who did that. If that was done on purpose, I'm super grateful. Thank you. Much appreciated anyway, but if you did it on purpose, that's like super nice. All right. Later this month, this is January 2022, later this month, I am headed south, farther south than I have ever been. I'm excited about that. And, you know, I'll be filming and taking you all along. So, I'll see you next time.